Hi, I'm Natalia, and this is Natalia's Monday. Today, we are in iHit, an innovation business center that allows you to have access to both co-space, in-house and outside, as well as conference room, meeting rooms, and showrooms. Today, we have a phenomenal guest, a young, successful media personality who really started her story quite early. Shiko, thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm going to say I'm kind of threatened. Your presentation skills are probably even better.
Oh, wow. No chance. No
I'm
chance.
the same way. Is my boss watching?
So, Shiko, what is your story?
Well, in a nutshell, I started my career straight out of uni. In fact, actually, I was in uni when I got my opportunity to be in media. I was given a decision by my mother. It's only two things. Either you're going to school or you're going to school and you're working, so make up your mind. Because you're not leaving the school to work. And so I had to do crazy hours at school, leave campus at 3 p.m. and then go to the station, and that time that was Kamemefe. And so I ended up on radio by chance because at first I wasn't too sure about whether I really want to do this on-air kind of thing. But as luck would have it, the presenter I was producing for, actually I was more of an assistant to, failed up to turn up for work. And my boss said, you know what, Tab, you're in, you're going on. And I said, what? And that was it. And this is like back in like 2007, thereabouts. So it's been a very interesting journey. Started off with radio, bounced on to TV, and it was still, again, consistency and always making those applications, showing up, obviously, for auditions. It was never a situation whereby, oh, because I know you or you've got some grandfather. Nothing like that ever happened for me, Natalia. I have had to do the work. I've had to queue up. I've had to audition. And God just keeps opening up doors for me. Just when I think that there's nothing coming up, suddenly there's always been a shift. And so fast forwarding to today, I am now 2 years at K24. Always been assigned to breakfast. I guess it's been my thing because they prefer to have a very bubbly personality in the morning. My hope is to end up on a magazine show, you know. I am a lifestyle, I am a health and entertainment type of individual. So I'm more along the lines of the Julie Gishurus, the Oprahs. That's my space, the Victoria everybody.
So, having to do breakfast mornings, breakfast shows, how have you found? Of course, COVID just literally just came and hit us all in one go. How has that impacted the show and your kind of working routine?
Yeah, I mean, man, I'm talking about a total disruption. It was so crazy because, first of all, you know, it means everybody has to get set up remotely at home. We tried that in the beginning, but at the same time, you felt this loss, you know, and this inability to create the same impact with your audiences. And people kind of felt like, you know, we're detached from them. And so we realized we had to sit down and say, okay, fine, perhaps we need to start finding a way to gradually move back on air.
Yeah.
And then let's not even talk about the guests. You know, there's something about having a panel or having very strong personalities in person, in studio, makes such a huge difference because for some reason that creates some level of confidence and viewers want to see you there. And so I think maybe we still haven't yet gotten to that shift the way you see it internationally or like, you know, in the Western world, because it's quite normal, you know, for them to do their Zoom calls or their virtual calls. So that being said, it has also impacted even the way we work in the office because it means less man people coming in now.
Yes.
And it's just strange, you know. I think it's just so strange. I mean, my working environment is very noisy. In the newsroom, the phone is ringing, someone is yelling at another reporter, someone is editing something, someone is having an interview on the side. And so it's very strange because for us, our working environment, we thrive in noise and chaos. That's how it is, you know.
It's the newsroom, it's buzzing.
It's buzzing. And so now it's all quiet.
Quiet.
Yeah, it's very strange. Very
The
strange.
world shall never be the same.
No,
Shall
it's like
never
a
be the
ghost
same.
town. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for you though, I can imagine in terms of the recruitment, but you also probably are very busy because now is the time everybody could use that job.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
It's very interesting what COVID has done to the recruitment industry,
Yeah.
because when March arrived, we had a really high number of openings that we were interviewing, and all of a sudden, 11th of March, everything just drops.
Yes.
As you said, there was this period where what is happening? We're
Yeah.
working from home. Do we do the same thing? Do we have meetings? All of that kind of being lost. But actually, very, very quickly, I realized that whilst some industries kind of said, let's pause,
Yeah.
other industries said, we are really going to wait, many other industries actually started doing more work,
Wow.
started actually developing. So we've been recruiting consistently since really April. What I'm finding is that a lot of technical roles are coming through, a lot in marketing, content writers, really strategic marketing.
Right.
And so it kind of is very interesting that we are thinking, oh my God, COVID is here, we are not traveling, businesses are not hiring. Yes, some businesses are not hiring,
Yeah.
but many, many are. And the other thing that is really shifted is that businesses are looking to hire differently for the first time.
Yeah.
They are looking at, can I hire somebody remotely? Will they have to come into the office?
Right.
Can I hire somebody outside? And also the type of contract. You know, we might not necessarily give a permanent contract. We are much more likely to hire contract. We're just going to do more piecework. So
Yeah.
they haven't completely stopped. Some are growing. But it's been very, very interesting because there is this big perception that nobody's hiring.
It's true.
But the reality is not. And exactly as you said, over the last, especially in November, December, end of last year, that's when a lot of recruitment picked up. And right now we are really, really busy, which is a very, very good place to be honest. So I love headhunting.
Yeah.
I really do. It says, you know, when you do a job, like if sometimes I will wake up literally in the middle of the night and I will think, I know that string will bring me better results. And I will literally put my laptop and start working. And I find that when you do something that you really, really love, it doesn't matter what time of the day it is.
It's
so
true. You put your best,
you do. So I have really, really enjoyed actually. I've taken up almost all of the recruitment and just work, really focusing on the more senior and the strategic roles. But you see, I still find that a lot of the recruitment process is still so based on the curriculum vitae. Businesses always want to see the CV, and I find the CV such a two-dimensional document.
I've seen that so many times.
Exactly, like, can I see Shiko's personality?
Yeah.
Can I see how dynamic and energetic you are?
Right.
So when I wanted to ask you, when you started on your career path, did you actually have to do a CV? How did you go about doing it?
First of all, I think I did, the one thing that everybody does. And let's just be honest, we look it up.
Yes.
And we copy paste.
Absolutely.
So the first time, I was like, okay, fine, I want to go in for this interview. So what does a CV look like? So of course I'm here going through like 10, 20 CVs and I'm thinking, which one kind of looks more like me? And then at some point, as I kept trying to revise it, I just said, you know what, I'm done. I'm actually going to pay someone to do this. And I did. I found someone who was willing to offer the service of professionalizing your CV and making it look better because I had chapters. Mine was a novel. Because
You have a lot to say. You have a lot to show.
And I'm like, yes, I go to church on this day, I do this on this day, I worked here, well, it doesn't even matter. I went to primary here, and then now you meet people like Natalia who are like, okay, if you were in university, chances are you did go to primary and secondary, so we don't need that.
Yes.
So it took a lot of editing, and I think that's the struggle a lot of people have. And I feel for people who were like me then, who didn't really have exposure or the access to any guidance on what, let's say, on what companies like Just Work could do, because there were none at the time. And so you're just, walking around in the dark.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, Natalia, like you have so much cut out for you to do because the sensitization on the ground in regards to how do you put yourself out professionally? What mistakes are you doing? Why is it that you're never getting picked up by systems? How comes you can't land that job? What's going on? Is it probably you? So many young people don't know that.
They don't.
They don't know that. And also even having the funding to pay someone
Yes.
to work on your CV for you.
Yeah.
And then now here comes Natalia and just want to say, it's not even just about CV. Do you digitize it?
Yeah.
People don't know what that means.
Yes. So these are the key advice or the typical mistakes that I find people do. One, especially the layout.
Yeah.
They clamp all of the text together. And you see, us as humans, we read so that content comes out. So if you put a big block of writing, you are forcing me to really read everything, and that's a great deal. So open it up a little so that just as a reader, I can pick up a little bit.
That's true.
Also, try and use visual language. What do I mean is if you say, you know, I have great presentation skills,
Right.
yes, I understand that, but try and say, I have presented a number of times in church, in school, I have done lots of these things. Try and quantify and qualify by using visual language. So don't just say, I can do this, but try and give them enough information. So put more meat, more content, more specifics. Not just say I am, if you say, you know, I'm a show presenter, a morning show presenter.
Yeah.
If you counted every single show that you have done in your career and put a number to it, like I say, I have interviewed at least 18,000 people.
Right.
So this is where you are quantifying and qualifying it.
Right.
And then the third thing that people do is just have a generic document that does not position itself.
Yeah.
So, and what they do is they keep the job title that was given to them in the last role. So, and that's actually one of the key mistakes. So, let's say that your last role was office manager or administrator.
Yeah.
Actually, your role may be managing suppliers, it may be much more logistics, it may be more distribution based. So try and use keep job titles that actually represent your what you are looking for. So, and where possible, I would say, look, what we do is we can test your CV. We have a very simple in-house tool.
Right.
You just send us your CV, send us your job description, and we will send you a match rate. And from the match rate, you really will be able to see what's missing.
Yes.
And all of it is just hard skills keyword. Hard skills is, soft skills and hard skills are different. So soft skills are, I am passionate, I am driven, I am a good communicator.
Right.
Whereas hard skills is, I can work on Excel, I can do content writing, I can do client acquisition. These are hard skills, and that's the repetition of it. Yeah.
Right, right. And I think those are some amazing tips going forward. But then again, it's just one angle of the recruitment process. There's just so much to it. And this is why I get very excited about having you on the show, and I hope you will be coming on the show very soon.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But thank you for having me on your show.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. You have such a phenomenal story,
Yeah.
and you inspire so many. You know, in the next 2 years, we will have up to 5 million youths leaving schooling, ready to go into the market, ready to go into university.
Right.
And your story really, really does matter.
Thank you.
For you.